Thohir has been making headlines in the sports world as he was elected as the new chairman of the Indonesian Football Association, or PSSI. The election was held earlier today during the 2023 Extraordinary Congress at the Shangri-La Hotel in Jakarta. And interestingly enough, you may not know that this is not the first time that Erick Thohir has ventured into football. Mr. Thohir had been the owner of several football clubs outside of Indonesia, as we're going to share with you in this next video. Have a look.
State-owned enterprise minister Erick Thohir has been elected as chairman of the Indonesian Football Association, or PSSI, for the 2023 to 2027 period on Thursday. Thohir won after receiving 64 votes from a total of 86 votes by the selection committee in the 2023 Extraordinary Congress at Shangri-La Hotel in central Jakarta. His strongest competitor, Lanyala Mataliti, only received 22 votes, while the other candidates, Rief Putra Wicaksono and Doni Setiabudi, did not receive any votes. Meanwhile, Faridemi Francis stepped out of the candidacy. This is not the first time that Thohir ventured in football. Previously, he was the owner of several clubs outside of Indonesia. Thohir is known as the owner of DC United from 2012 to 2018, a football club from the US based in Washington, D.C., after owning majority of the shares. Thohir invested in the club as the club was the only competitive football club in the region. It had a good history in US's Major League Soccer. Thohir developed the club slowly by buying the club shares bit by bit. It pushed the club to grow step by step until he finally bought the majority shares while the club was at its peak. During his leadership, DC United was able to have their own stadium named Audi Field in 2017 that can accommodate 20,000 spectators. The club also took a risk in recruiting top scorer Wayne Rooney from Manchester United. Not only DC United, Thohir was once also the president and owner of Italian football club Inter Milan. Thohir started by buying 70% of the club shares with a budget of 200 million euros and tried to change the club's financial culture from recklessly spending millions for star players to one which was more efficient in the transfer market. In 2013, Inter Milan's net revenue reached 236 million US dollars. It then declined to 199 million US dollars in 2017 before increasing significantly to 285 million US dollars after Inter Milan returned to the UEFA Champions League. The club's value also increased from 401 million US dollars in 2013 to 537 million US dollars in 2017. Thohir's journey in the world of football continued in 2022 when he and Anindya Bakri officially became the heads of UK football club Oxford United. During the Oxford United shareholders' general meeting on September 27 last year, both of them were announced to have owned 51% of the club shares. From 2018 onwards, both were also honored to become part of the club, which has a long history and proud reputation for the residents of Oxford. They aim to develop young players, get promoted to the Championship Division, built a new stadium that can accommodate 18,000 around Stratfield Break, and support the progress of Indonesian football by transferring Indonesian national players to the UK. But not just that, Erick Thohir also co-owned a local football club from Indonesia, Persis Solo, along with President Jokowi's son, Kaisang Pangarep. Thohir owned 20% of shares and appointed his son, Mahendra Agakan Thohir, as club commissioner, while Kaisang Pangarep owned 40% of shares and became the club's president-director. Thohir aims to repair the management of Persis Solo and develop healthy regeneration of the club's players.